Hello and welcome to our channel. NBC spoilers exposed that Gwen has actually obviously been misinformed. Gwen informed rather a story of herself about her mom, Tiffany Reischek, who worked as a mixed drink waitress in Chicago and got knocked up. Jack Devereaux does not keep in mind considering that it was over 30 years earlier. However, he's determined that he's never ever understood Gwen existed and didn't send out the checks she spoke about. What's reality and what's fiction here? We'd state Gwen has a couple of things ideal and a couple of things incorrect. Though she plainly thinks every word of what she's stating, Tiffany was undoubtedly working as a waitress in a cocktail bar, and that much holds true. We can purchase that Jack would be hazy on his random connection after all this time, so it promises that Gwen actually is Jack's biological child. And we do not purchase that Jack would simply toss weak checks at Gwen's mother to get rid of her. Nor do we purchase that Jack would simply cut off payments the day Tiffany passed away. As soon as Gwen faced him with these details, it would be entirely out of character for Jack to do all of this and lie. Jack appears to be telling the truth, so what does this indicate? It informs us that another person settled Tiffany and led her to think it was Jack's doing. Gwen pointed out that the payments were coming through Jack's secretary. However, that secretary might have been dealing for another person's orders. She might have been paid to keep her mouth shut. Regardless, Gwen thinks Jack sent out the checks. However, Jack probably did not. And that brings us to a $64,000 question. Who was settling Gwen's mommy and why? It would need to be somebody linked to Jack in some way. Possibly somebody with any intention to secure Jack and Jennifer Devereaux's household. Days of Our Lives spoilers state Jennifer's mother Laura is headed back to Salem throughout the week of January and February 1 through 5. Could Laura have been the one making these payments? Laura's actually been misunderstood to do desperate things to secure members of the Devereaux clan. Like when she remained in the loop on Abigail's fabricated death plot in 2016 and said nothing till Abby recuperated from her mental disorder. It does appear rather harsh for Laura to cut off payments the day Tiffany passed away. However, it was likewise terrible to leave everybody in the dark on Abigail living. Laura merely did what she believed was best for Abby. We went purchased that Laura paid Tiffany with rather great objectives for the Devereaux household, and will possibly be sorry for how she managed it. Given that this Gwen story is a dual retcon anyhow, we most likely should not fret excessively about the historic information. Whatever the case, fans can understand Laura generally just goes back to town if it's essential, and Jack's not keeping in mind paying to a random child mother is quite crucial, and that's especially real because Gwen has actually invested all this time outlining Devereaux's household damage, and is actually guaranteed there's more to come. As other Days news and updates roll in, we'll keep you published. Days of Our Lives spoilers state more spectacular Devereaux advancements are on the method, so remain tuned to Duel. Thanks for watching our videos. Goodbye, and see you next time.